this is 9.6 day 2. Identifying conic sections, so now they're basically just going to be all thrown together. And we have to decide, given an equation, which conic section this is going to form. So on Thursday, since your quiz was on ellipses and hyperbolas, we just reviewed over those ones and we skipped parabolas and circles. So, your 4 conic sections, we talked about that. The curve that results from an intersection of a right circular cone and a plane, we watched that video, all that good stuff. So today we're just going to review over parabolas first, and then circles. And then you know what, folks? We only have one more section.
So what's it?
9.7.
Monday?
I think it's Monday.
No.
Monday.
Please, Wednesday.
What? The test is Monday?
Okay.
No, the next week.
So we only have one more lesson, as I was saying. We have one more lesson of the entire year.
Is there not
I have 1
9, 6,
week to
9,
get all mine.
You should take the exam early then.
All right, so
Yeah, we should.
review over parabolas. Remember, we can have like 2 different types. One that opens up or down, and that's when my equation has which variable squared?
X.
X. Yep, if x is being squared and y is not, that means you can solve this equation explicitly for y. It's going to be a happy face or sad face depending on the leading coefficient, okay? And then if I have y being squared, then it's going to be left or right. Yep. And that again depends if it's a leading coefficient, if it's positive or negative. Opens to the right if it's positive, towards the positive numbers. To the left if a is negative. All right, here's kind of like our characteristics with parabolas. So we have our vertex is at like HK in our standard form here. So I'm just going to label this V, my vertex.
H always goes with X, right?
Yep. Well, I guess this one it technically doesn't. But here the K is with the Y.
Oh, yeah. But like Y and K are together, X and H are together.
Yes, that thinking. Yep, that's correct. Okay, axis of symmetry, remember I often abbreviate as AOS, and that's the vertical line that mirrors my parabola, splits it in half, always goes right through the vertex. So when I have a up or down, the axis of symmetry is vertical, splits the parabola right in half. If I have one of these guys, the axis of symmetry ends up being horizontal. Okay, that we knew and studied in chapter 4 a lot. What was new for us was this focus and the directrix. So the focus is still located inside my parabola. All right, now, does anyone remember how many units away from the vertex the focus is for parabolas? It's not A units.
1/4.
Nice job, 1/4A. How'd you know that?
It says it on there.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
But I remember that.
You did, Riley? Okay, good.
Good job, Riley.
1/4A. That's like kind of our special thing we need to know for this one. For the focus,
Yep.
we do
Then
1/4A.
You add that to the variable or the vertex.
Vertex, yep. To get the focus, same thing in here. And the focus is always inside the parabola. The directrix is that line outside the parabola. So in a happy face, sad face, it's this horizontal line. In a left-right, it's a vertical line. And this is exactly how many units away from the vertex. Also 1/4A, yeah. You can think of it as negative if it's below, but I just also think of distance as positive, so it's 1/4A units also away from the vertex. Okay, we will graph one of these in a minute, but it's been a while since we've done those parabolas. Parabolas are the easiest equations to detect. Why? Connor.
One variable squared.
It only has one variable being squared.
And the thing,
In the what?
it's like it's not equal to something at the other side too, so like you get like not equal to 1, and like radius on the other side.
Oh, okay. Like the variables on 2 different sides.
Uh-huh.
I like that. Good. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell you about that. Parabolas. That's about
I
it.
think it's pretty good.
Thanks, Wes.
Wait,
Okay.
what's the last one?
Not important.
Oh, it's not really important.
We don't really do much with it when we're graphing.
Oh, okay.
And you guys can't take it seriously, so. Alright. Our next and final
Circles.
circle Yep. Now, the nice thing about circles is there's not really a whole lot of characteristics that you need to know. You need to know the center, which if it's not located at the origin, it's going to look like this. And the center is just HK.
Lastly, it's rude.
What?
And then, you know what a radius is.
Yep.
The length from your circle to the center, and the equation for these is always equals to the radius squared, not the radius squared.
Yep.
That's about it for
Nice.
those ones.
Nice. Wow.
Okay,
Those
so
are easy.
I think we
Wait.
just have one left to do in this
Yeah, we
packet,
do.
right?
Yeah, it's number one.
Thanks, Wesley, for sharing.
This.
Yeah.
Oh, duh, I have it saved. Okay.
Wesley.
I think it's a parabola.
That's not even how you say it.
Parabola.
Write the equation in standard form, identify the conic section, then graph it, and identify all important characteristics. All right, Wesley thinks it's a parabola. What do you guys think?
I don't know.
I think I'm right.
Let's take a
Why?
look, Daisy.
Because y is squared.
But
It's
x.
the only squared term.
Exactly. Y is being squared, but x is not. So Wesley, am I going to solve this for x or solve it for y?
Solve it for x.
Solve it for x. Okay, let's do it. Oh boy, we're gonna get some fractions. Okay.
Shouldn't it be?
No.
Did I do something wrong?
He's removing the y squared over. Shouldn't it be negative y squared first? And then
Yes, you can 1/3 one.
What?
yeah, 1/3 y.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Positive 1/3. Yep.
Sorry.
Nope, you're good. Thank you.
I was saying sorry to him.
Oh.
So,
Fine.
I'm so fine. Don't be sorry.
Okay. Now this really isn't in our vertex form right now. We call this like standard form of a parabola. So we got to complete the square to get it into vertex form. All right. So I got to factor out this 1/3, which actually works out pretty nicely. Okay. Remember, when I factor out a number, I'm just dividing that out. So if I divide out 1/3 from 8/3, what do I have left?
8.
Good.
Yes, we are.
Oh,
coding this
shit.
properly.
There's gonna be 1/2
Half of 8 is 4. 4 squared.
Question.
plus 16.
16. Now with parabola, since I'm doing it on the same side,
Subtract.
I gotta subtract. Good, you guys remember this? I got a minus 16/3.
So it's x equals 1/3 y minus 4 squared minus 2 thirds. What? Oh.
Minus 6/3 is negative 2. Yeah. Okay, so there's my equation in standard form.
Oh, isn't it? Wait.
Where did you get
Yes,
minus
switch
4
here.
from?
Minus 4.
How that factors? That's completing the square.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Okay, before we get there, you guys can shout it out. Which direction does this open?
Or does on
Well, left or right?
Right. Right. Wait a minute.
It's going right.
Right.
Correct.
Right, because this is positive.
Question. Is 18K switched here?
Mhm.
I'm not sure how that works with
Yep.
these. Oh my gosh, I knew it.
Let's go back to this. Yep, and Wesley did actually ask that. He said, does the K always go with the Y in these, and the X coordinate or the H always go with the X?
Yep.
Ooh,
I'll tell you the vertex. I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah, you are. The vertex in the center is like your thing. Okay, what do you got for us, Willis?
Negative 2 4.
Good job.
Oh, geez.
So remember this one?
Yeah, you are.
It's backwards. This is H, this is the K. Negative 2, 4. There we go. All right, so let's see here. What's that? This is a parabola.
That's the
There's no
vertex.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
And the AOSU goes x y equals 4.
Y equals 4 would be the axis of symmetry. It's going to split my parabola in half, and I already have this picture. It's going this way. Let's go ahead and label this AOS, vertex. Okay. Let's just go ahead and finish graphing our parabola, and then we'll come back and do the focus and directrix.
So we have to do the cable, right?
Yeah, so you just have to pick one point. Now remember, you're picking numbers to plug in for y. Okay? So I plugged in the number 1, because when I have 1 minus 4, what's that going to give me?
Negative
And what's negative 3 squared?
9,
Ooh, and then 9 times a third
is 3.
minus 2.
1.
That gives me a nice point, right? So when I plug 1 in for y, this is a weird one. Sid, this is a weird one. Pay attention to me. You look like you're looking out the window.
I don't know what I was just.
Okay, pay attention to me.
Okay.
I'm more exciting. When you have this one, you pick your y numbers, and this is weird, and then you get out your x numbers. So we just talked about when I plug in 1. All right, Sid, 1 minus 4
1 minus 4 is negative 3.
squared.
9.
9 or negative 9?
9.
9. Good. Times a third.
3.
Minus 2.
1.
1. So it's going to be the point 1, 1. All right, now, we like parabolas. They're symmetrical, so that means if this is 3 below the AOS, 3 above,
Yeah.
another point. There's my parabola. This is just to get the width. You only need 1 point on each side to get the width.
That's pretty cool.
All right?
I'm gonna take over for you.
Okay. The only last thing, because it says identify all important characteristics, is we know the focus and the directrix. So we just do 1 over 4a. What's my a? 1/3. Good. What is that? Simplify to?
Oh, you know that one thing.
3/4.
3/4, right? You're just dividing by a fraction times reciprocal,
I just
or this
multiply
means
by
reciprocal.
My brain's.
3. Nice.
Oh man.
Nice to know.
Okay, so 3/4 inside my parabola is my focus. We'll come up with that number in a second. And 3/4 on the outside is my directrix. Your directrix should always be perpendicular to your axis of symmetry, so this one's vertical. All right, raise your hand for this.
Ooh, I know it.
Raise your hand. Who wants to give me the point for the focus?
It's
Sydney.
gonna be -2 plus or minus 3 over 4.
Okay, you can do that math though.
Yeah.
What's -2 plus 3/4? You can do it as a mixed number.
2
No, we're at -2.
6 and 6 over 4.
-2 plus 3/4.
Negative 1.
Negative 1, 1, 4.
Oh, -1.
Does that make sense?
So
That
that's
math?
5/4.
Okay, Sydney, what's the y coordinate of my vertex? Or sorry, my focus.
Your focus. What? You just did the focus.
What's the y value of my
Oh,
focus?
it's gonna be 4.
4. Good. Focus is a point.
Yep.
Directrix is a line. Some of you guys on the quiz, I remember the very first quiz we took, gave me your directrix as a point, as a word pair. Okay, who wants to give me the equation for the directrix?
X equals.
Oh, Wesley, you want to?
Yeah.
Yes, Wesley. X equals.
Crap. Now I lost it. Oh, X equals -2 3/4.
Good.
Or 11/4. Right?
11/4.
What did you say? I was listening.
11/4.
Sometimes. 11/4.
Right?
Yes.
I'm
-1/4.
genius.
Oh, straight out.
Where did 4/3 go? In the focus. Like in
The 3/4.
No, like when we set it equal to 1 over 4/3, where did 4/3?
Where did this come from? To find the length of the
1/4.
distance away that the directrix and the focus is, you just do this little formula, 1 over 4a. And in this case, a
Oh.
was 1/3. So when you did 1 over 4a, I got this, which is what's the 3/4. So it's that many units to the left and to the right. Okay. So it seems like you guys remember how to do that.
A little bit.
What's the one where you have to set like that equal to something? I remember like we had to set 1 over 4a equal to something.
Oh, that's when you're probably like writing the equation for it and you know how far away the focus is and you need to write the equation so you need to figure out what a is.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. That's all for today for notes.
Oh, I do it.
Sweet.
Wow.
Hey, Carter, I just had an idea. What? We should pull a tractor tire.
A tractor tire.
Yeah.
I saw that you would use a car hood.